Point? Why did I choose West Point? How did I get to West Point? What do you do if you want to go to West Point? Like I did. Like I am. Like I'm going to graduate from West Point. If that is you, if you're asking any one of those questions, please subscribe because I am Skye and I'm here to bring you content and information about West Point, my life, and much more. What's up, guys? The Skye. I am Skye and Skye am I, and I'm here bringing you my very first YouTube video. Alright, so where do we start? Alright, so my very first YouTube video, my channel, I'm bringing you everything from West Point, my life, and more. I'm a cadet at the United States Military Academy at West Point. And I finished my first year. It's even better, right? So why West Point? Why did I choose West Point? Well, let me tell you briefly how I chose West Point and how I got to West Point. In high school, I did JROTC for all 4 years. I was battalion commander. I did it all. I was on the rated team. I was on the drill team. I was on the color guard. I did all of it in a bag of chips, right? If you don't know what JROTC is, it's the high school equivalent of the Reserve Officer Training Corps in college. Right, so what they teach you is values of leadership, teach you about your integrity, your leadership styles, they teach you anything and everything you need to know about the military. This is kind of like getting your feet wet into what the opportunities are out there in the military. So that's what I did for all 4 years. I loved it. I was immersed in it. I fell in love with the people, fell in love with the whole concept of being in the military and just having a career in the military. Can look back at my glory days and remember I did that. I loved it. Every last single 4 years of it. Right, way back in my glory days. Way back in the day. But once upon a time, not long ago, I made the decision that changed my life. Right? I made the decision that changed my life. West Point. I chose West Point. So of course, I did my research first, number one. It's always important to do your research. So if you're that person right now watching my video, good job for you. Because why? You did what I did some years ago. Well, it was really some years ago, like really recently, like about 2 years ago, a few years ago. That's when I did. So I did my research and I was concerned about what I saw myself doing, making sure I was in an environment that was comfortable, making sure it's what I wanted to do, and something that would set me up for my future career aspirations. Oh, what is your career aspirations, Skye? Well, glad for you to ask me. My career aspiration, I found it out when I was very little, when I was in the 3rd grade. 3rd grade was when I found out what I wanted to do in my life for the rest of my life. And I found out, that's when I knew I wanted to become a JAG officer. Well, you know, you have other 3rd graders around that age. Hey, I want to be a doctor. I want to be a veterinarian. I want to take care of the puppies. But Skye Williams wanted to be a JAG officer. So what is a JAG officer, you ask? For those of you who do not know, a JAG officer is a military police. That's what I want to be. I watched this show JAG on TV on CIS one time, and from that point on, I was convinced I wanted to be a JAG officer. So yeah, ever since 3rd grade on forward, I knew I wanted to alter my life to pursuing that career aspiration. So that's what I did. So high school, when it's time for you to decide where do you want to spend the rest of your life in college or pursuing your higher education, make sure it's something that you see yourself doing that's in line with your career aspiration. Some people just go to college because people tell them to go to college, but they really don't belong in college. Let me tell you right now, college is not for everybody. If it's not for you, find out what's for you and do it well and do it to the best of your ability, right? So college for me, I knew it was an option because it's what I needed to do to get to my career aspiration of becoming a JAG officer. So I tried applying to the ROTC scholarships. So I thought I was going to go to like a regular civilian college, live the civilian life, do the ROTC program there. But little did I know, the day when I came across the ad for West Point in my YouTube browser. I looked down, I saw a video that was like, said West Point. I was like, what is West Point? I have never heard of it like before until that day. I looked it up, and from then, I knew I was convinced that West Point was a school for me. Why? Because what West Point is, it's different from ROTC programs, because the biggest thing is that it is the military environment 24/7. Whereas the ROTC programs, you're not a cadet all the time. You may be active duty, military service member, Tuesday, Thursday, and some Saturdays when you have like PT or drill or any other training. So you still have time to go out and party, live the normal college experience, and all that good stuff that college people do. But I knew that I wanted something a little more. I wanted to be in an area, in a place where I could be around the military 24/7. That's what the military academies are. And then I found out there were 4, really 5, but they're really 4. The Coast Guard, the Naval, Merchant Marine Academy, West Point, and the Air Force Academy. So I applied to West Point, the Coast Guard Academy. I applied to the Air Force Academy. Out of the Air Force, West Point, and the Coast Guard Academy, I got accepted into the academies. So I applied to all 3, got accepted. Feeling that, you know, little side sugar over there. But yeah, I got accepted. But now it came down to, wait, time out, let me backtrack. I went ahead of myself. I also applied to the RTC scholarships. So the RTC scholarships have the same thing. Have the same thing for the branches. If there's the Army RTC program, the Air Force RTC program. So I applied to those 2. I got accepted on 4-year scholarships. So there's a difference. You have a 4-year, I think you have a 3-year, and I think there's another one that's like a 2-year, some type of stipulation. But I applied to the 4-year scholarship. I got all 4-year scholarships. So I'm just looking at myself. I'm like, what am I gonna do? What type of lifestyle do I want to live? Either go to a RTC school or go to West Point or Academy, and I picked West Point. My high school JRTC program was a Army RTC program, so I knew everything about the Army so far what the high school level was able for teaching you. West Point is the premier military institution of America. It's on the same level of Ivy League colleges such as MIT, Harvard, Stanford, all those Ivy League schools. West Point is right up there with them. So I was like, oh, me? Ivy League, West Point, military, academics, combustion. So it has deep roots and histories, and it graduated a few of the presidents, and U.S. presidents went to West Point. That's where I knew I wanted to go to West Point. Because if they could do it, I can do it. But yeah, I am Skye, and Skye did it. And you can do it also. My comments, ideas, and expressions are solely independent of myself. They're not incorporated with the military, the Army, or the brand itself. These are my comments, my ideas, my opinions, aside from the military branch itself. Right? I am excited to share my journey with you about West Point, about my life, about where I'm going, how I got there, where I've been, how you can get there. Anything else you would like to know, please comment below. Like, subscribe, share, all that good stuff. I am Skye, Skye and I, and I'm signing off. This is the first of many videos. I got you. Stay tuned.